Good morning. Okay, what we're doing this week. We're going to end ancient China and the Persian Empire. Now, the reason I didn't go over Japan is really Japan's not doing anything until the Middle Ages. But I promise you Japan later. So, we're going to finish the Persian Empire. Except for your assignment due this week, you are done with China. You should be able to easily get your infomercial done. We're going to move to the Persians, and then we're going to start the next unit, which is religion. So, before we do, a couple things. I still have 2 people who are new doing attendance right. That is the online class. Please, once again, in class people, if you're watching this, don't do the attendance online. I do that when I see your beautiful faces in the classroom. For everyone else. Okay. Last name, then first name. Also, at least my 2A, and hopefully by the time you're watching this, no it won't be, but 3B, take note, since this is world history, it's 2A and 3B. The research paper. I scaffolded for you. You knew you had to have at least 3 sources. I gave you a checkoff list, which included making sure you had your in-text citations and your works cited page or bibliography. It also included having somebody edit for you. It's obvious some of you skipped some of those steps. And your grade reflects that. Remember, you're allowed 1 redo per assignment. So if you haven't redone it and you're not happy with your grade, go redo it and I will regrade it. But make sure you fix whatever you realize you need to fix. And don't go and resolve comments. That's not fixing it. That's just individual comments. Pay attention to those comments. Then you need to go in and fix everything. Especially since some of those other side comments might say things like, you don't have enough detail, which means you can't just resolve and expect new details to pop up magically. No, that's not how it works. You need to redo it and resubmit if you're not happy with the grade, and fix everything that was told to be fixed. Not just a couple things. Because then I'm just going to become aggravated as I read it going, I told you, and I know you're being better, and I'm going to accuse you of being lazy, even though you're probably not being. But in my mind, So, once again, you're allowed 1 redo. And if you are one of my wonderful students who have actually gotten an A on this paper, I love ya. And ignore everything because you better be happy with that A. And even my B students, it was just a rubric. A lot of you did very well. Be proud of yourselves. Okay, that's it for the paper for now. But once again, if you're not happy with your grade, fix whatever I told you to fix and resubmit it because you're allowed 1 resubmit per assignment. And it is a test grade. So redo it if you need to. Okay, so once again, you've got a whole bunch of notes on Monday, Tuesday. That is the Persians Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. Yes, this is going to end up interlapping when we get to Greece and the Persian Wars, also with Rome, possibly. Take the notes. Do the DBQ on Cyrus the Great, which I just realized is not in this part, but it will be in your class part. It should already be in the class work. Do the DBQ on Cyrus the Great. Then, after you do the DBQ, watch the videos on the Persians. There is a note check coming next week. And I want either the most beautiful bullet points I've seen or some lovely Cornell notes, which I prefer. And then work on your infomercial, which is due on Thursday. Okay, so for Thursday, the 18th and 19th of November already. Yeah, next week's Thanksgiving. Whoa. So, we are on, once again, World Religions. This is going to include the major 5 religions in the world today. We're going to hit them first. So you understand what these religions are, because they still affect the world you live in. Not only do they exist, but they influence politics and culture. So you'd better know them. They're also intermingling. So you will watch the cultural diffusion map. It's right here. Animated map shows how cultures spread across the world, and it's the different religions. Then answer the discussion question based on the map. How does the cultural diffusion of different religions affect the world today? And how do you expect them to continue the continued spread of religions into the same territories to change the world? So we're seeing that now. You're seeing a lot of intermingling. There's always been some, especially with the diaspora and everything Rome did to the Jews, and then the taking of Jerusalem with the Jewish population living in Europe, often being persecuted. And I mean, even through the Middle Ages and Renaissance being persecuted. Then you see them in the same territories with Spain, fighting them with the Christians and the Muslims, which is going to unfortunately lead to the Spanish Inquisition, as they try to get all the Jews and Muslims out of Spain, and it's not a pretty picture. Of course, that's after the Crusades, but we're seeing more of a spread and hopefully more of an acceptance than there has been of these different religions, and they do intermingle. So I want you to tell me what you think is going to happen with this continuous intermingling, with sharing the same territories. What can that do for us? Then you will take the quiz on religions, right here, the relationship between religions and history. Take the quiz, please. Then you will fill out the virtual worksheet, right here. And you will take the virtual world religion tour. It's really fun, I swear. So let's get into this field trip. So this is your world religion virtual trip. View in present mode, please. So just click present. It will load for you. It's going to first take you to a quiz. I did not create the quiz. So click on here for the quiz. Once again, not my quiz. Please do not come at me for it, because I do feel while it is a good quiz for most religions, it seems to think that most Christians are Catholic, and it has one question about Catholicism and Protestants, and it's forgetting a whole bunch of Christian religions. I understand that. I acknowledge that. But it's really good for all the other religions that fewer of my students belong to. So, it will also go ahead and play with the where are they located. Please don't get offended if you are not a Christian living in North America. It's where they seem to be in power and where most of the population belongs to that religion. Yes, there are Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, and Jews in North America. It's just saying the most. Okay. Then there's a nice video that's going to take 10 minutes. Ooh, it will cover all 5 religions. After the video, which apparently is going to make me click on before I can go to the next slide. This is where it gets fun. Okay. Houses of worship, religious homes. This is how you fill out those sheets. You just go to click which one you want, and it's going to take you to the map. So you can investigate, say I want a Buddhist temple, because I haven't played in the Buddhist temple that much. And you just click where it is. So this is what a Buddhist temple looks like. There's a temple of giant statues, a new temple Buddhist. Is this for soup? Where are the seats? Look at the photograph. Well, click on it. Look at the photograph. It's going to have the answers you need for your sheets. It's going to tell you who Buddha was, what he said, what he taught, etc. Have fun with it. It really is. And enjoy the virtual field trip that I'm taking you on. Because I can't take you on real field trips. We're in the middle of a pandemic. And most of you guys are at home and not even with us physically. But you're in our hearts. So have a nice week. And hopefully you enjoy the little fun thing I set up for you for the end of the week. And get those commercials to me. So once again, there's your Cyrus the Great DBQ. Your ancient Chinese infomercial, you have 2 choices of where you can go. No, this doesn't have the Flipgrid attachment on this one because it's my planning class loading area. But it does once again have your rubric attached. You can upload directly to this assignment or to Flipgrid. I know a couple students are having problems with Flipgrid, and it will not let you go more than 10 minutes. Did you know that? Well, some of my students unfortunately figured that out because they're overachievers, which I do love about them. Keep being overachievers. But they found out you can't go more than 10 minutes. Once again, you're just aiming for 5 with this baby, but you have your choice. And have a great week.